Live from the KHOU 11 studios and streaming on KHOU 11 Plus, your news starts now. Good afternoon, I'm Cheryl Mercedes. Thanks for joining us live on KHOU 11 Plus. Right now, the Harris County Fire Marshal's office is investigating after a vacant school went up in flames. The large fire happened early this morning at what used to be Conley Elementary School on West Greens Road near Beltway 8. Our Michelle Choi spoke to residents there who say they want the empty building gone.
It was a chaotic morning here along West Greens Road after this vacant school building caught fire.
When we arrived on location this morning, within a few minutes after being dispatched, we encountered heavy fire conditions.
Wesley Cole with the Northwest Volunteer Fire Department shared this video with KHOU 11 showing just how intense the 3-alarm fire was, which happened just before 3 a.m. He says in total 9 different fire departments responded and crews were quickly able to knock it out and no one was hurt. Hours later, several residents waking up to the scene pulled over to find out what happened. Is it pretty shocking to see?
Yes, right now, yes. I said, what's going on?
This building is owned by Aldine ISD and used to be Conley Elementary School, one of 3 schools that was closed down by the district last year due to declining enrollment and lack of affordable housing in the area, according to officials. Dolores Sampaio says her son attended the school many years ago.
But they say they closed down because of this neighborhood is old now, so there's not a lot of children. No.
Including your own.
Yeah, he's 25.
She says the decision was disheartening. Was it sad news?
Yes, it was, because we'll see, a lot of children's now is empty.
According to Chief Cole, district officials who he says were on scene this morning shared with him power was cut off to the building after the school was closed. He says they also told him there's been an ongoing issue with people vandalizing the building. In fact, he says his firefighters were able to walk right in because the front glass windows were already shattered. Something longtime residents like Tim Owens shared is worrisome.
My big concern, the kids were out here playing in it. Somebody get hurt or something, no telling, you know what I'm saying? So they need to go back. They don't do nothing with it, so you might well tear it down.
According to the chief, the district told him the building is due for demolition later this year. Meanwhile, the exact cause of the fire is being investigated by the Harris County Fire Marshal's office. In Northwest Harris County, Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
Thanks, Michelle. Turning now to the latest on the measles outbreak in Texas. Today, the Houston Health Department confirmed that an infant in the city has been diagnosed with the disease. According to officials, an unvaccinated child was exposed to the measles while traveling internationally. The child was hospitalized but is now home recovering. Health officials stress this case is unrelated to the ongoing outbreak in West Texas, where hundreds of cases have been reported. This marks the 3rd measles case in Houston this year. The previous 2 were also linked to international travel. For more information on free vaccine clinics and the latest updates, head to KHOU.com or text the word measles to 713-526-1111 and we'll send helpful links directly to your phone. Tonight, Houston police are looking for 3 suspects after a man was shot dead outside of a club. It happened on the southeast side of the city on Dixie Drive just after midnight. We're told 2 groups of people got into an argument outside of the club. One got into a car and reportedly started shooting, then took off. Officers tell us a man was hit several times and died. HPD says the suspects were driving a silver Mitsubishi Galant. If you have any information on this case, call Crime Stoppers. Tragedy in North Macedonia early this morning, where at least 59 people were killed in a fire at a nightclub. The country's interior minister says a local pop group was using pyrotechnics while performing, and that's when the roof caught fire. Around 155 people were hurt, many with second-degree burns. So far, 15 people have been detained for questioning. Wildfires are raging across Texas, with firefighters working around the clock against strong winds and dry conditions. Here's the latest from the Texas A&M Forest Service on 3 of the largest. In Roberts County, northwest of Amarillo, the windmill fire has burned 23,000 acres. Thankfully, crews have made significant progress, reaching 70% containment. Near Fredericksburg, the crabapple fire continues to spread, now at 9,500 acres and 40% contained. And in Gray County, west of Amarillo, The rest area fire has burned over 7,900 acres, with firefighters achieving 80% containment. Members of the Houston Fire Department's Tactical Deployment Division have been deployed to help with the crabapple fire. It's still unclear how long they'll be there. Tonight we're wrapping up rodeo weekend with one of the most anticipated events at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, Go Tejano Day. This celebration brings together the best of Texas cowboy and Mexican vaquero cultures. And for the first time, Grupo Frontera is performing there. Orco Mana is live in Energy Park. And Orco, what's the energy like out there tonight?
Yeah, Cheryl, it's definitely a party out here. Right now we're near the Junction stage where there have been live performances all day. You can hear that music and a lot of people dancing to the beat. And let me tell you, it is super packed out here. If we walk this way, you can see we are in the carnival area and there are all these folks walking around here for Go Tejano Day. And historically, this day is one of the most attended days of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Last year, I'm told more than 162,000 people came out to the rodeo on Go Tejano Day. And this year, with Grupo Frontera, you can expect the attendance will be even larger. And people we've been talking to have been super excited about that performance, which kicked off just about 30 minutes ago. And this year for Go Tejano Day, there have been mariachi bands performing, traditional Mexican folk dancers, and for the first time ever, a grito competition, so that's pretty exciting. We're going to have more from all of the festivities out here coming up tonight at 10, but for now, reporting live from Rodeo Houston, Orco Mana, KHOU 11 News.
All right, sure looks like a lot of fun out there, Orco. That is the place to be. I am jealous. I would want to be out there tonight, not just because of the music and the vibe, but the weather. Talk about perfection.
You could not have picked a better, really a better stretch of weather for the rodeo. We had great weather this week.
Yeah.
We've got more nice weather coming up this week. Today was perfect.
Yes.
Went for a 4-mile walk through Buffalo Bayou today. It was so worth it. Live look right now out towards Herman Park. Oh my gosh, can we just bottle this up and keep it forever? Folks out there on the paddle boats, they're walking, they're getting out there. They're doing everything they can to really soak this weather in. Temperatures are just perfection right now. Mid-70s across the board, upper 60s down by the water, tons of sunshine, not a cloud in the sky, not a drop of humidity as well, and the winds are just light enough that it's making things feel great. We made it to 77 degrees today around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Woke up in the low 50s, so a nice big spread in the numbers thanks to that low humidity. We'll see that again as we get into tomorrow. Nothing on radar except for this little blip out here. Notice just around the Beaumont and Port Arthur area, that's a fire. That's a wildfire. I think actually a prescribed burn that's burning there near the coastal areas. Notice the wind from the north taking that smoke out over the water. Otherwise, though, we are quiet. No other issues on the map. High pressure firmly in charge, and that's going to keep us under this beautiful weather as we get into the start of the upcoming week. Clear and cool overnight. We'll see 40s north. I think low 50s, though, in Harris County. Tomorrow, tons of sunshine, even warmer. We'll make it to the low 80s for your highs. And then more of the same as we get you into Tuesday. Dry weather, sunny skies, and temperatures still around that 80-degree mark for a good part of the area. Now, with the dry stretch, of course, we do have to keep an eye on the drought monitor, especially with the wildfires developing out in central Texas. Across southeast Texas, things are still okay. Harris County still fine. Montgomery County, Fort Bend County, okay. Getting into Galveston and Brazoria County, notice we're in the dry category, so it's not a drought level yet, but things are starting to get a little bit drier. Maybe your lawn is starting to get a little crispy. But out to the west, notice how we get into that tan color. That indicates the first level of drought, moderate drought. And across the rest of the state, it's a much different case out towards West Texas, getting into the Big Bend area where we have exceptional drought, and then exceptional drought there through parts of the hill country where we had that big fire that's still burning out there today. So that's why we have these wildfires, because there's a lot of fuel for them to burn out in central Texas. Thankfully, that is not the case for us in East Texas. But what we do have a lot of is pollen. Tree pollen still in the extreme category, grasses in the medium category, everything else low. But if you're sniffling and sneezing, it's likely due to the trees. Monday at the rodeo looks great. I mean, just take today and do it all over again. Low 80s instead of upper 70s. Tons of sunshine. We're in the mid 70s by the time you're starting to head into NRG for the rodeo itself. and then we'll be in the low 70s by the time you're getting ready to head home. Low 80s across the board to start the week. That'll put us above normal. Our average this time of year is 74. One day where we dip below normal, still though with a lot of sunshine, and then right back to the 80s as we get into Saturday and Sunday. Overnight though, 53 downtown, 49 for Aldine, 44 in Tomball. We'll do 52 though in LaPorte under clear skies, 44 for Navasota and Conroe, 58 in Galveston. Tomorrow, gorgeous. Sunshine, warm temperatures, 80 for Hunters Creek Village, 80 for Addicts and Meyerland, 78 for Atascocita, 76 in LaPorte. We'll do 80 in Tomball, 72 for Galveston, 81 in Conroe, and 80 in Brenham. There's your 7-day forecast. By the way, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, something I'm very fond of. 81 your high temperature for tomorrow. 80 then for your Tuesday, 80 for Wednesday, mix of sunshine and clouds. A touch cooler than getting into your Thursday, 72 degrees, waking up in the upper 40s. But we rebound by Saturday into the mid 80s with the possibility of a shower chance as we get to next Sunday.
All right, Pat, good luck wearing green on that green wall tomorrow.
Yeah, gonna be a challenge.
All right. Thanks. Tonight, 2 astronauts stranded in space for 9 months are one step closer to returning home. New footage captured the moment NASA's replacement crew arrived at the International Space Station to meet astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams. Before they can begin their journey back to Earth, the new crew will train alongside them to ensure a smooth transition. The Crew 10 commander says the journey up to the ISS was, quote, incredible.
Crew 10 has had a great journey up here, about 28 hours to get back up to the space station, and I cannot tell you the immense joy of our crew when we looked out the window and we saw the space station for the first time, returning for a couple of people, very first time for a couple of people. And let me tell you, that is such an amazing journey.
Officials expect the 2 astronauts to touch down on Earth as soon as Wednesday, and we know they just can't wait to get back home. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll have much more coming up at 10 tonight, but you can stream us anytime on KHOU 11+. Just download on your TV and watch anytime for free. Have a good evening.